I'm Paco, and you're watching Bad Witch Books. Guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new. Today we are going to be doing my June TBR. It is crazy that it is already June. May went by really quick, also not quick enough, and I am trying to fall back in love with reading. Has been my recent goal. Just not been reading well. April I only read 2 books. June I am at 3, trying to make it to 5. And so we are trying to do a small queer TBR for June. I'm going to be reading 8 books. I have 3 books that are book club books, and then 5 which are prompt books, which you guys will see what those prompts are right now. 5 cards to pull. Let's see what I got. Prompts I got. A book that's the first in a series. A book with a map. A book with emergence of convenience. Okay. A book I bought for the cover, and lastly, the newest book on your shelf. Okay, I can fuck with this. I will check with y'all in a minute. Okay, so I pulled those prompt cards, and you also know we are in a new area. We are in my library, which you guys will be getting a tour very soon. But let's get to this TBR. So the first thing we're going to do is my TBR. So I have 3 books that I am reading for book clubs. The first one is my book club if you're in the Sacramento Elk Grove area, I run a bookstore book club at the bookstore at Seat at the Table for Romantasy. And in the month of June, we are reading Metal Singer by Rachel Sindelier, I believe is the name of the author. Ignore my messed up edition, prelude edition, which I don't know how it got messed up. But we'll be reading Metal Singer for this month in June. So, one boat, one bed, one jaw-dropping plot twist. Even though she is not one of them, Byron has spent her life among the Alda, a community exiled to live at sea, training to be a guard, and waiting for the chance to attend the annual market hosted by Kenta, the very same people who exiled her adopted community. Going to the market is a rite of passage, eagerly anticipated by all young guards, but Bran does not appreciate breaking a century-long peace treaty while there, or for an intense encounter with an enemy soldier to threaten her fragile between their people and everything Byron once believed to be true. Soon Byron's loyalty to the Eldita is tested when an unexpected visitor tracks her down, none other than the same set energy soldier, sworn under oath to awaken Byron to her true identity. Sent to sea and fleeing more alone than ever, there's a world of denied magic is unveiled with rumors of a growing rebellion. Byron's future has never looked so unsure. She has once certain her fate and where she belongs. The dark questioning, knowing eyes of the stranger has her questioning everything, including her heart. So this is a romantic duology. This is the first book in it, and we'll be reading this for my book club. The meeting for that said book club is the 4th Sunday at 4 p.m. every month at a Seat at the Table. The next book I'll be reading is for a book club with me and my friends online. Me, Princess, and Helen. Some of other people join us, they're not. And we are reading for June Last First Kiss by Blink Winters. This is a romance book, queer romance. It is a second chance romance about a wedding planner who I think has like the wedding of the century, like a really big wedding to do, like the wedding of the year or something like that. And he's, I believe, ex-best friend or ex is the best man. So that's all I know. Anyway, the last book club book is the book club I go to for my library. I've been a part of it for years. It's the YA book club, and we had the Faraway Inn. And I don't know much about this, but those are the 3 books I'm reading for the book club. Now, on to the prompts. So, a book I bought for the cover, I bought the A Heart So Green Fairy Loot edition for the cover, because I wanted to match the other editions I have, and I'm currently going to be reading the second book, Crown and Silver. So this is a part of the Feather So Black trilogy, which is a Swan Lake retelling following our Black Swan. And I don't want to really go into descriptions of this book because it is spoilery for the other 2. And I am very excited to get to this. So the next book I had is the newest book on my shelf. The last book I bought was Our Rogue Fates by Sarah Glenn Marsh. This is a new romantasy. When he isn't training as a warden to become half the hero his father was, Griff Slayer is in the business of breaking hearts all across the town of Mayfair, although that slowed down after settling in with his current boyfriend, Giff's ex-best friend, Mal Price. Meanwhile, Mal Price, is in the business of with whatever or whoever puts good monies in his hands. Now in their mid-20s, Gilf and Mal have only exchanged scathing looks and carefully barbed jabs since their fight that sent them to separate ways years ago. But all that begins to change when an attack on Mal plotted for his shady bosses leaves Griff near death and their childhood friend Alice as his savior, forcing them back into each other's orbit. Livid at his boss, Mal makes a deal to earn his freedom and Giff's safety. He has just 4 weeks to retrieve an ancient treasure from the Rotos Mire, a remote swamp known for its ghostly and beastly dangers. The same treasure Alice's beloved father, Rune, had been searching for when he disappeared for good. Armed with a map and a broken blade of runes, Mal sets off with Alice and a reluctant, newly single Griff in tow. Very excited to read this. Looks fun, looks quick, and I love a good queer romantasy. The next book is a book, the first in a series, and I will be reading Savage Bloom by S.T. Gibson. One of the main reasons I'm reading this is she is coming to one of the local bookstores in June, so I want to try to have this book read, because I think this is one of the only books I haven't read by them, and I am very excited. This is the Fairy Loot edition. So, Wuthering Heights meets The Cruel Prince is this new Celtic-inspired erotic fantasy romance from Sunday Times bestseller S.T. Gibson. For as long as Adam can remember, the legends passed down from his world-traveling grandfather have called him to a crumbling manor in the Highlands. His closest friend Nicola longs for the same adventure as well as for Adam himself. She follows him just about anywhere, even to the remote wilds of Scotland, if it pushes the pair to surrender to their shared attraction. But while a storm strikes and strands them unexpectedly, Adam and Nicola find themselves at the mercy of the electric owner of the infamous house, Lean, and her brooding groundskeeper, Finley. Trapped by weather and bound by ancient fairy magic, Nicola and Adam get more than they bargained for as they become entangled in Lean and Finley's world of mind games, deceit, and forbidden desire, and ancestral sins are unearthed. Adam and Nicola will have to reckon with the spell Elin and Finley have cast over them, and whether or not they even want to be freed. I have been wanting to read this forever. I love S.T. Gibson's work, and this is like one of the only things I haven't read by them. The next book I have is A Fate Unwoven by Rachel L. A. Edwards. This is a YA fantasy, and it fits my prompt of needing a map. So, the Emperor of Wixia is dying. The 17-year-old Lena has guaranteed the power to control fate, binding her to the young prince Nimbus as the kingdom's next fate weaver. Hunted by the Empire's most ruthless soldier, Lena escapes as a handsome smuggler towards enemy territory. But a former lover betrays Lena, and her magic becomes agony, compelling Lena to submit to the gilded cage. Still an ancient spirit offered hopes. To sever her bond to the throne, Lena must uproot a ritual hidden beneath the palace, as Prince Disma struggles to forge friendship with Lena and bring his kingdom under peaceful rule. Sinister cultists unveil a twisted plan to unleash an ancient evil that could tear apart the realm asunder. With every step Lena takes on her quest to freedom, she discovers a troubling imperial past that tarnishes a nation's matron goddess. Perhaps the oral histories passed down to Lena are not foolish heresy after all. Very excited to read this. This book has been on my radar for a minute, and I do know it's queer somehow. The last book I have is For Marriage Convenience, and the book that I had was The King of Ravens by Claire Sager. This is a Fairy Loot romantasy book, or fantasy, I forget which one it is, but he'll do anything to keep her, she'll do anything to escape. Rian is dying, or what she doesn't know. Kept protected by her family in the clifftop home, she spends her days searching for a cure. Her world is torn apart when an unsteely king of the dead arrives and gives her a simple choice: descend to the underworld as his bride, or he'll take her family instead. Trapped into a twisted bargain, Rion is thrust into a world of withered gods, scheming courtiers, and ancient magic, but she refuses to be a pawn in a game she never agreed to play. Her new husband is powerful, cold, and infuriating, and she is determined to hate him. But in a court where beauty masks cruelty and evenly promises his teeth, hatred birds showing something else, something dangerous, something that could undo them both. So I'm very intrigued to read this. The art is really good, and that's honestly all it takes. And it's giving Hades Persephone. I mean, look at the material, and I am intrigued. So that is what I am reading in June. What are you guys reading? What are we doing that's queer? What are we doing to celebrate Pride? Because even though people may want to silence us, they will not silence us, and we will be celebrating Pride all year round, not just in June. But I will see you guys next time. Bye!